Soul Infused Monday show. So I don't know if anyone is already live. I'm here at the airport in Minneapolis, sitting on the floor, talking. It looks like for other people that I'm actually talking into my suitcase because my phone is here on the suitcase. So let me know if you hear and see me, and I'm gonna keep this short today. Stop the comparison trap is the topic for today. And if you're just joining in or if you're watching the replay, why I'm here on the floor is that I've been at an event and I'm flying back. I'm boarding in about 30 minutes. So, but I do wanted to show up for you live and talk about comparison and how you stop the trap of it and to set you up for a great week today. And I hope you hear me fine. Usually I don't do it with earplugs. So if you are actually live right now and if you're hearing and seeing me, let me know if the sound is okay, because I want to make sure you hear me. Hello. Hi, Tine. Hi. Do you hear me? Is the sound okay? I'm live at the airport sitting here on the floor, so whoever is joining in. Okay, let me get started then. When I travel, and I travel quite a bit, I observe people and I see people and I overhear people just because it happens, not because I do that on purpose. And thank you, Tine. And so on my way here, I saw a mom traveling with her two kids, and she was struggling. I mean, I think it's always honorable, any single mom or someone in troubles with her kids by themselves. And she was getting really stressed out about the child not doing what she wanted to do. And at some point she got really frustrated and upset. And I heard her say something like, why can you not be different? Or why can you not just be like them? Other kids that are more quiet. And that just reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my clients, and she is a mom of 3 boys, and one of them has a issue with the speaking, so he's not as developed as apparently he should be, and so she's worried about that. Excuse me. And she said something like, he is behind. Like, basically, he's different, he's behind. And I was like, okay, so what if you would not use that word and you just say, he is where he is meant to be right now in his development? Hi, Melissa. And for those who are just chiming in and think this is a weird background, I'm on the floor at the Minneapolis airport, having my cell phone on my suitcase in front of me, so anybody that walks around thinks I'm actually talking to my suitcase right now. But hey, I love you guys, so I always like to show up. And the topic today is stop the comparison trap. So when I was talking to her, it's like, okay, comparison shows up in very different ways. So when I said to her, okay, what if you don't use the term even he's behind, because he's just where he is? What if you don't compare him with some other children, or where somebody said he should be, because everybody is unique. So also children are unique, right? So it made total sense to her, and she has been working with me. So she was already much better in it when she went to a Halloween party, and she started, she felt like other moms were looking at her, other moms were maybe even judging her. She felt at least that way, if that's true or not, but she felt like, ooh, her child is not doing what other children are doing. So, and she started to feel uncomfortable, but then she actually tuned in because of the work she was doing and is doing with me. It's like, hey, change those thoughts, look at him for what he is, and he's unique. He's just maybe different, but there's nothing wrong with him. And just because he's not doing what everybody else says or average says or society says, there's nothing really wrong with him. And that kept me thinking also how important this topic is. Comparison can show up in different ways. You can compare yourself with yourself. Often we compare ourselves with our past, that we looked better, we were thinner, or whatever. That's one of the ways. You compare yourself with others, and usually we compare ourselves and look for the things that is better in others. And both ways are not healthy, are not helpful, and are very disempowering. And comparing yourself with someone else is a complete waste of time when you use it as a judgmental piece, because you are unique. Everybody's unique. Everybody has their own uniqueness. And I use that in comparison often. When you go into a forest and you walk, thank you, Melissa, I appreciate it. And I appreciate that you're showing up. Um, you don't, usually, no one walks around in the forest judging the tree, saying, "Oh, this is taller than this one. That one is too fat. Oh, those leaves don't look nice. Oh, these leaves are better than the other ones." So, but we do that with ourselves all the time. I used to be extremely critical with myself all the time. So be aware of it and stop that when you start thinking about that. And definitely also stop doing that with your loved ones, with your children, spouse, family members, friends, employees. The comparison creates separation, creates often a feeling of not being good enough because you should be a different way, and often combined with perfectionism, it can really be very, very negative to your system, emotionally, mentally, and it takes you away from expressing and unfolding yourself in your own unique way, in a free, loving way. And I apologize if, I don't even know how the background noise is, but you have to imagine I'm at the airport and I have so many things going on at the same time that I really want to stay focused. But if I feel a little bit distracted, it's because I actually am. Hi, Barbara. I haven't seen you in a long time. I want to say two more things here, or give you two versions of how you can use comparison. Well, let me see differently. How you can use comparison in a positive way. Okay. So, if you compare yourself with yourself, compare yourself with your progress. Okay, I'm going to say that again. So instead of looking back and thinking, "Oh my God, I used to be this," or "I should be better this," or when I was younger, in a way, any negative way, instead of doing that, use comparison with your progress. For example, you've learned something, or in personal development or in energy work that I do with my clients, and often I hear my clients say, "Oh, I'm still struggling with that," or "Oh, I messed up again," or just words that it says like, "Oh, there's a judgment around not being where you want to be or not being perfect." And every time you hear yourself saying, "Oh, I'm still struggling with that," there is a judgment of not being good enough. So, and instead of doing that and comparing yourself with that ideal or with that perfectionism, compare yourself with the progress you've made. Because the progress is what we sometimes don't see ourselves. And me as the coach, as me as the mentor, I see them. I have this beautiful client, and when she was saying this, I said to her, "Listen, you are nothing like the woman I met the first time we spoke to." She said, "Yeah, that's actually true." And I said, "Okay, how would you have handled this situation like only 6 months ago?" And she said, "Oh my God, I would have totally freaked out. I would have not done well." It's okay. So why don't you use comparison and use it with your progress? Say, "Hey, when I started, I was here, and now I am here. Yeah, I might want to go there. I want to keep growing," right? So you can use that in a beneficial way. Compare yourself with the progress. And the other way that you can use that concept on a positive way with others, and I wouldn't even call it comparison anymore, but use it as, instead of comparison, as inspiration or aspiration. Often we compare ourselves with someone that has something that you love, or you think, a lot of people tell me, "Oh, Sonia, you're so confident, or I love your energy," and "Oh, I'm not that way." And I was like, okay, it's just a uniqueness that you maybe admire about someone, but it's an essence in you that wants to unfold. So instead of comparing yourself and saying, "Hey, she is so confident," or "She's so pretty," or "He's so smart," or "He doesn't struggle," whatever your comparison is, instead of using it against you and thinking of, "Oh, I'm not that way," tune in to say something like, "Oh wow, I'm inspired by that quality, and it's a quality that's in me already that wants to be explored, that wants to be lived, and the essence that wants to unfold." So you use it as inspiration and as aspiration to aspire to let that in you, because you have everything you admire about someone is something that you have as well. It might be still disowned, it might not lived fully out, but that's your opportunity. Okay, I don't know if I see the comments. Leave me a comment here real quick, send the love and like button, let me know, is this landing? is this valuable, and what are you hearing me say that is valuable to you? Leave a comment below right now. Also, if you're on the replay, I know it's not a long show today, and it's a little bit up and down here because I'm at the airport. But to recap, yeah, thank you for the love. Okay, every time you click the like or love button, I know this is valuable to you. So to recap real quick, be conscious and aware of comparison. Either comparing yourself with yourself or with someone else, or you compare your children with other children, or your husband or spouse or partner, employees. Anytime you fall into that trap, stop it consciously. You make a conscious choice, and then you take a breath, you come back in, and just being aware that that leads to no good place. 2 ways of using comparison in a different way is compare yourself with your progress instead of that goal that you don't reach and feel like you're not good enough. Compare yourself, hey, this is where I started, and even though I'm maybe not there yet, I'm here now. Okay? So leave me a comment below what's most valuable to you for today. And or use it as inspiration and aspiration. Okay? That you, when you compare yourself with someone that you think, oh my God, this person has this and I don't. So yeah, I do have it. It's just not, I'm not living it yet. So what if I use this as inspiration to explore my unique essence or my own way of being? Okay, does this make sense? I'm gonna finish this off. So choose to be aware. Decide to stop the comparison trap. It's really a decision you make, and it will take time. So don't compare yourself to that decision either, and compare yourself, oh, I should be better. Tina said it gives hope. Okay, that's great. And in which ways is that gonna be? Oh, here, I have sense to me because it makes sense. It is now 6 months that I work to retrain my brain. Yes, thank you, Sonia. Yes, that's a great, and I don't know if I can see all of it. Yes, thank you. That's a great example, Barbara. You know, brain injury, or you work on something. When you started compared to now, and if you just use, the very first moment instead of, oh, I should be there. That's a very great. I'm happy that it's valuable to you. Anyone else? Okay, and if this is valuable to you, and you want to continue the conversation, obviously come back next Monday again. 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, live for the Soul Infused Monday show, and share this with someone and talk about it. Just talk about it, because if something is valuable to you and you share about it, it is a win-win-win situation for these reasons. When something is valuable to you and it makes sense to you and you share it with someone, it integrates more. It anchored in your own system, so therefore it is even making a stronger impact within yourself. When you share it with someone, you give someone else the opportunity to actually learn something, so you might totally inspire them and it might be valuable to them. And also when you share it to someone, it just creates a ripple effect, and you create something around your life that you want to have more of. The more you talk about the things that you want to create, the more you talk about and share about the things that you want to have in your life, the more you will actually create it. Hey Josiah, hey! I'm at the airport here after the Bailame retreat, and I literally for the last 4 days had an average of 2 hours of sleep every night. I'm broken and I'm still feeling so good. So yeah, thank you for showing up live today here from the Minneapolis airport. And I'm super excited to seeing you next week again. And again, if anything of this was valuable today, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you're hearing me say, what was really valuable, and share it, pay it forward, or share this live stream and make an impact, make a difference, and be part of the creation. All right, having said that, I love you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. I'll see you next week, and you have a wonderful, fantastic, soul-infused week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Bye, guys.